What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Des TV. Thank you guys for stopping by, child. We are nearing the end of Never Met. Thank you, Jesus. I think the last two episodes, 9 and 10, I'm going to do in one video. I'm going to try to get it done and get it up for this weekend. And then we're going to be done. And we're going to move on to the next. Yes, I have added 2 more shows to my roster. Love After Lockup, which I like doing Love After Lockup, and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, until we're going to do all of them, but then we also going to wait until Love and Marriage Huntsville comes back on, and then I'm going to finish that up, and then we're going to go about our business, child. We're going to move on. There's another show that I was thinking about doing, so we'll see, because I told y'all I'm going to be dropping Love and Marriage Huntsville, so it is what it is. Y'all going to stick around. It is what it is. So let's get into Never Met episode 8. It starts out with Josh and Shay still arguing about Alexis. And Josh is kind of like sort of gaslighting Shay, child. But she fell for it. She like it. I love it. She said she trusts him more than she trusts anybody else in the house because she's known him for 12 years. But she never ever bothered to call Alexis. So, and get the full story. So I don't really care about what it is, what it is. Shay and Josh is about to plan, they planning to get matching tattoos that same day. Shay and Dymond discussed the situation because it all started with Dymond being nosy. That's what it is. Millie says that she doesn't believe Dymond. And Shay says Alexis has her number. Why didn't she call her instead? Why would she tell Dymond this information and not tell her? And that Dymond was being messy. I've been told y'all that Dymond and the pastor was being messy in everybody's business but their own. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Taronda meets with them and the remaining couples, and today they're gonna really play a game called the Hot Seat. And it's the game is pretty much one couple sits in the hot seat and the other couples that's on the outside of the hot seat ask them questions. But I feel like this game, they didn't ask them too many probing questions. They didn't pry enough. They didn't really get down to the nitty gritty. They didn't really grill them enough for me. But we're going to go through it and we're going to see, So, and the couples are allowed as well to do follow-up questions. None of them really, like I said, got down to the nitty gritty, asked follow-up questions. They asked follow-up questions, but it wasn't too exciting. It wasn't nothing to write home about. The questions was supposed to be anonymous, but some of them was really already, exposing themselves, saying what they asked and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Jody and little Aaron goes first. Child. Yes, they go first. So the first answer was, do they see their relationship short-term or long-term? Aaron says long-term because they've gotten to know each other. Jody says term, and she doesn't know. I don't know what that means. Again, I said she doesn't like him, and she's fronting that she does. I feel like she's just using him as a scapegoat to stay on the show as long as she could possibly stay on the show because it's like a free trip for her. I don't understand what term is. It's either short-term or long-term, ma'am, or no term. Term, I wanted to slap her. I wanted to reach through the TV and just put my palm on her face real hard. Just touch her. Touch her. Child. The fudge. Anyway, we're going to move on. So they want to go with the next question was, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Aaron says, where do they see themselves in 5 years? Aaron says they doing business together and they taking trips together. Jody says she could respect that they would not get married because of love, that they have similar views towards marriage, that marriage is a business. A lot of people see that. That's how I see marriage as well. Marriage is a business, and you really don't marry for love, because anytime you marry for love, it goes downhill. I'm not mad at them, but she don't intend on marrying him. She don't even intend on being with him. So this is all fun and games. Shits and giggles. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because she's playing games with y'all, but we already know that she not with it. Greg says says the same thing I've been saying all season. Little Aaron just agrees with Jody. Whatever she says, he can't express himself, and he can't be himself, his true self around her. I already told y'all, he has imposter syndrome. She met his representative in the beginning. She didn't like the representative, and he's been that way ever since. He is totally different around other people. Like I said before, around Alexis, you saw the real Aaron when he was talking to Alexis, episode 1. That is who he is. Okay? And it's not a good thing that he can't be himself around her. I've been there, done that. It doesn't work. The third question was physical attraction. Aaron says he is physically attracted to her. Jody says yes, but you can see it all on her face that she wants to say no because she really is not. And last episode, she said she wasn't physically attracted to him after the kiss. So girl, goodbye. Girl, goodbye. Saranda was like, she notices that she looks uncomfortable, and Jody says she's just cold. I said, girl, stop lying to yourself and to us. You're not convincing us because I don't believe you. Jody and Shay is the next couple in the hot seat. I mean, Josh and Shay. Josh and Shay is the next couple in the hot seat, and Shay says she's ready for it. Bring it on, child. Bring it on. The question was, Shay, do you truly trust Josh? And Shay says yes. The second question was, how does Shay's mother feel about Josh? And she says she doesn't know about him yet. She didn't tell her mother about Josh as of yet. And that was really it. They didn't really ask any other probing questions. Dymond talking about she wanted to know why she didn't tell her. Girl, mind your own business. Mind your own business. Worry about your own loser of a boyfriend you got going on over there. Anyway, so Chris and Sandia is next. And I was waiting for them to bring on the pain with Chris and Sandia. But child, this conversation took a whole nother turn. But we're going to get there. The couples want to know how they're working through their communication issues. And she says that they're working on it. I feel like Sandia has 1,000,001 excuses for Chris. She makes them up for herself. He don't even need to do none of the work. She is there to make up the excuses for him. And that's what he does. He allows her to do it. How do Sandia feel about being controlled by Chris? And, she says that they're a team and he doesn't control her. And I'm just like, girl, he is the puppet master. He is the puppet master. They want to know how do they feel about gender roles. They still disagree about that. It's weird. Chris says women are bad decision makers. She says she really doesn't think about anything. It's too much going on. She says she doesn't think about anything he says. It's too much going on. I'm just like, girl, whatever. So Taronda feels the need to read him down and let him know, about why women are above men. Or more, women are... It's just a different level playing field. And guys who are misogynistic and have that view that Chris has, it's not even worth getting into. I just feel like I told you, Chris is a narcissist. He's going to be who he is. He's going to say what he's going to say. Sandia's going to make excuses for him. And then she's going to cry boo-hoo after the fact. She likes everybody else to fight her battles for her while she sits back and does nothing and just takes it and plays victim. So I don't really care. Like I told you, I wrote them off. Chris feels like Taronda was out of line for calling him out on what he said about women. And she says that she's getting too emotional. Child, that's what they all say. I don't pay nothing that Chris says any mind because he's a misogynistic a-hole. Gregg and Millie is up next. And Millie, she's willing to work on letting down her wall. And Gregg has to work on opening up his as well. So they are communicating better, getting to know each other better, I guess on a different level because they found out that they had some cracks in their communication and they both are willing to work on it. And I do feel like Millie needs to let that wall down and let Gregg in a little bit more. Dymond and Big Aaron ends up next. Shay feels that Aaron is a manipulator, so she's coming for him. She says she's going to bring it to him in a hot seat, and they sure did bring it to their butt. We didn't even really get to no questions, child. Shay was calling them every name under the sun. She was still pissed off at what that Alexis situation. So the couples want to know. The first question was, are Dymond and Big Aaron jealous of the other couples? And Big Aaron says absolutely not. They start laughing, thinking it's funny, because they're not jealous of nobody, because the couples are younger, all the stuff that they were saying. They was like, no. Do you love Aaron because it doesn't seem reciprocated? She says yes. She always tells him she loves him. They said they don't hear it. The couple said, oh, so y'all are finally admitting that there are things that can be said to one another without other people around, and they got caught. They sit there looking stupid. Now they want to back out, and they don't want to be involved in nobody else's relationship, but yet y'all was involved in people's relationship the whole episode, the whole season. Now, because y'all getting called out on it, y'all want to take a back seat. Girl, goodbye. This starts an argument with the house, and the house is, they all giving it to them, telling them the same thing, that, they've been in all the other couples' relationships, and they need to mind their business. That's how all of the couples feel. I ain't mad at them, because they have been stirring the pots, little fires. I told y'all last time, here, there, and everywhere. So Shay and Dymond start to argue like hard body, child. And Shay is really, really bad. She mad at that situation. She calling Dymond all kind of names, child. She calling her all kind of names. And she says they are jealous of the other couples. So it is what it is. But Dymond she don't want to be confrontational now. But before, she was trying to be confrontational. But now that Shay is giving it to her, she kind of like a meek little mouse. Girl, please. So Shay's in the bathroom having a conversation with her friend on the phone. And Aaron is like snooping around listening because he could hear what she says. This dude follows her around the whole house just so he could tell her F you and argue with her. And I'm just like, this dude is a woman. He already got on nail polish. And I'm not saying I'm against men wearing nail polish. I don't care. It doesn't really bother me. But his actions with other women, arguing with her sister, carrying on the way he did, like, he acts like a woman to me. Anyway, yeah, that's just how I feel. Y'all drop that in the comments. Let me know if y'all agree. If y'all don't, it's all right. We could toss in the comments. I'm all right. She called her old hoe. No. She said, F him and his hoe. His old hoe. I said, child, what? She called both of them a hoe. I said, child, this is hilarious. Now they saying that they want to keep their advice to themselves. And I'm just like, now it took y'all the whole season to want to keep y'all advice to yourself, to everybody, for the whole house to turn on y'all before y'all decide this is what y'all want to do. Whatever. I don't really care. Gregg and Millie hit the boom boom room. Finally, thank God. At the end of the season, they hit the boom boom room. And the next morning they woke up and they both are happy. I'm happy for them, child. They made me happy. It made me happy. It made me happy. Toronto lets the groups know that the relationship expert is coming to speak to them. To speak to the different couples. She wants to address some of their needs and, what they need to do in order to get them closer to closure. Shay and Josh go speak to Dr. Allie, and she wants to know where they're going and where they've been. Shay says she has an issue with when they're down, when they're arguing, that she cussed him out really, really badly, and they're working on it. And the doctor told them that she wants them to grow in mindfulness and beware of their bodies and their actions, because your body is always going to tell you where you're going, how your feelings are taking you. Your body is going to always tell you that. But I feel like Dr. Allie didn't really get to the root of things. Not saying she probably didn't have time to. They might have cut some stuff out as well. But I just feel like I don't think she really got to the root of things and addressed stuff. Dymond's daughter shows up. And Dymond brings out Big Aaron. He feels like he wants to redeem himself about, from when he met with her sister and what happened. But I just like her sister's her sister and her daughter's her daughter. You really not gonna have the same approach for both of them. And I feel like you trying to redeem yourself through her sister, it makes it disingenuous. But he is gonna be who he is. He's gonna be who he is. He's a manipulator. The daughter I feel like the daughter had this no nonsense energy, and I like that about her. You didn't really see her crack a smile. She was dead serious. That's her mother. She was asking serious questions. I really liked that the fact that she was like really getting down to the nitty gritty. I think they kind of like glossed over some things in order for her to come to her conclusion, but she asked his intentions, and he said he wanted to marry the mother, and she was like, are you sure? Because it seems like it's too quick, it's moving too quick. And I agree, but Dymond like it. I love it. She says she thinks she sees the love, but she doesn't think that he's in love with her because it was too sudden. Agreed. I just agree with everything the daughter was saying. I just didn't like the fact that her conclusion came too quickly. We find out that Aaron has 6 children and he's been married twice. If that other girl would have said yes, she would have been 3rd, and Dymond probably would have been 4th child, because he would have spun the block on her too. She gives her approval eventually, but I feel like she needed to probe a little bit more. I just feel like she needed to probe a little bit more in order to get down to the bottom of what his real intentions are, because I think he is, again, a manipulator in disguise. Period. Dr. Allie meets with Chris and Sandia. Chris discusses his emotional attachment, and then he's, his issues in his 8-year relationship. He keep bringing up that 8-year relationship, and I'm just like, at some point, you have to move on. You cannot hold everybody accountable for what happened to you in a relationship I don't know how long ago that lasted for 8 years, because we don't know how long ago that relationship ended. So you can't keep piling all of the malarkey that you are on that 8-year relationship and want everybody to give you grace, but you're not willing to give no grace to nobody. Everybody got to prove themselves to you before you can open up and prove yourself, no, I don't really care. And then Jody is his big cheerleader. Not Jody. Sandy is his big cheerleader back there. Like, oh yes, he had such a hard time in that old relationship. Like, you was there. Were you there in a relationship with them for you to vouch for what he telling you? Or you can only say what he told you? Girl, shut up. You sound stupid. That's why I said she deserved what she get. Dummy. He talking about that relationship changed him. He had trust issues, time and effort that he spent. The girl had a kid and he got attached to the kid, and then she just left, and he wants to see consistency first. And I'm just like, so he talking about the relationship changed him, that he has trust issues, and, he put a lot of time and effort into that relationship, and he needs to see consistency first. And I'm like, you always want to see consistency first, but you never want to give nothing. And I don't even know how much of the truth that this story is, because there's no way that somebody who has been in a relationship with you for 8 years, who has a kid that's not yours, is just going to up and leave out of nowhere for nothing. So I feel like I need more information from you about this relationship, child. Y'all are lying. He's lying. I don't believe him. And then the dumb cheerleader over there is just cheering him on like, go, 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 Chris, go, 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 Chris, go. Girl, go suck a egg. That's why I said whatever happens to her needs to happen to her, because she's annoying. Anyway, it's time for Dymond's daughter to leave, so she leaves after she gives her approval, and it's sad because I feel like they do have a really close relationship, and I like that about them. So the doctor then speaks with Jody and little Aaron. Little Aaron says he could tell that Jody has a wall up. And I'm just like, if you could tell she has a wall up, but you sitting here through every episode talking about, oh, y'all gonna make it and y'all gonna be together and y'all see this relationship going far and this and that. But you saying all the things, but you see she had a wall up. She don't even want to let us in, let alone let you in. But y'all gonna go through all of these things, child, whatever. He says his first impression of her was intoxicating. And I'm just like, were you there at the same date that we seen? That first date, and you was intoxicated? Sir, was you there with us too? We was on the same date? Child, what? I would have never said that. She was giving him attitude up the wazoo. And that was intoxicating for you? I guess you like the chase, sir, because child, yuck. Anyway, little Aaron says he has failure issues. And, the doctor says that if he has failure issues, so that means that he's going to do anything he can possibly to make this relationship work. And, yeah, we can see that. That's what he's been doing. Pretty much sabotaging himself. Child, please. So the doctor picks up on a disconnect. And she wants to speak to them separately. She ends up asking Jody to speak with her first and asking Aaron to leave. So she gets straight to it, and she asks Jody, does she think that this is this relationship worth pursuing? And Jody looks confused and perplexed and look like she's taking a dump. That's how strained her face looked, child, and it goes off. She knows she wants to say no, but she bullcrapping around, and she knows she wants to say no. I feel like she's just trying to stay on this show as long as she possibly can. But she really does not like him, and she doesn't want to be with him. So I don't even understand what the big deal is. Anyway, the episode goes off. I'm going to do 9 and 10 as one, just to get it over with. But, thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.